How's it going, guys? It's CubeNoob back with another puzzle tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at the Pyraminx. So the reason that this one's in frame but not being used is because it's pretty awful. It's just not a well-made puzzle. And it's also going to be a marker because earlier I was doing some stuff out of frame. So why don't we go ahead and get this mixed up. Nice. Okay. Let's get into the solve. So the first thing, the most basic thing that we want to do is just get these ends in the right position. Okay, and so you want to pick a color. We're going to go with blue. And as you can see, there are two blues here. We need to find the third one, which happens to be there. So you'll have your fingers on all three edges, and you'll just turn. So all three of the blue match up. So the next step would be to get the rest of the pieces in the first layer. And so we see that the blue and red piece is here. And by putting the blue and yellow piece, it'll get it out of the way so we can put it where it needs to be, which is right here. And so we already have found the yellow and blue piece. And we need to look at what the color on the top would be. So the color on the top is blue, and it fits on the left side. So we need to bring this to the right, bring this triangle down, bring it back over, and then bring that triangle back up. And what that did was place the yellow and blue piece. And so we can go ahead and get the other two pieces. And so this is the same thing. The red and blue is on the left side. So we bring it to the right. Bring this left side down. Bring this side back and bring it back up. And so we have one last one. And this happens to be on the right side. And so we are going to bring it to the left this time. Bring down this right triangle. Bring it back over and put it back up into the top. So let's say we had this and we misplaced this and or we got to this part and this was already flipped. No biggie. Once again, we'll treat this as the blue and yellow piece as if this were the blue side. So we bring it right, bring this down, bring it back over, and bring it to the top. And so what that did was it put the blue and yellow piece in the bottom layer, blue's on the right side, and we'll just go ahead and place it accordingly. So now that we've completed this first side, we really only have two possibilities of this top part being orientated. So the first would be all three of these are correct, but they're spun around the center part incorrectly. Or we have one piece correct. And in this situation, we do have one piece correct. It is the yellow and red piece. So the first algorithm we would use, keeping the yellow and red piece in the back, would be this triangle down, this triangle down, this triangle back up, and then this triangle back up. Well, what did that do? That placed the yellow and green piece in the bottom layer and put the blue and green piece up in the second layer. And so we need to monitor that piece. That is the yellow and green piece, which means it needs to go here. And that's important because sometimes we'll have the piece that needs to go here or in the back. And so this time we need to move the top puzzle to the right so we can place that piece correctly. And so now we have this piece and this piece correct. If we move this puzzle back to the left, it places that green and blue piece and solves the puzzle. So say we get here and we do that algorithm once again. Left, right, left back up, right back up. And once again, the green and yellow. So we go ahead and this piece is already correct. So we need to actually find where the yellow and green piece is, and it's actually in the back. So you just got to move it to where it'll go up into the yellow and green layer. And this time we wouldn't bring it back around because that would just misplace that piece. We need to get this piece back to where it goes. This will come back down, and then the puzzle will be fully solved again. Now that brings us to the second possibility. As you can see, like I was talking about earlier, all of these pieces are correct, but they're misaligned from the center part. And this algorithm is even easier than the first one. And so what you want to do is you want to bring up this layer, and what that does is that takes the green and red piece out. And we need to put that where it needs to be. So here is the green and red area. So we would bring this green and red area around so we can place that. And as we do that, it's going to misplace the red and yellow piece. And where does that go? I mean, it could also go here. We could have had this piece again, but it goes here. So we'll bring it around one more time. We'll insert that piece again, bring it around, bring this back down, and then it's completely solved again. And if that looked a little confusing, I can just show it a little quicker. So we'll bring this up, check it. This is the green and red. Bring it back over. This is the yellow and red. Bring it back over. Bring it down. Solved. So let's see what that solve would actually have looked like. So once again, we'll get these placed properly. We're going to go green side this time. That piece was correct. Bring that piece up. Now we just have one more. Okay. Got second layer. So we're looking. That piece is right. And then bring that up. As always, if you guys had any other questions, comment down below. I will put my Snapchat in the description. And if you guys had any more puzzles that you wanted to see tutorials, once again, comment or add me on Snap. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe.